This is Tom Loy with Blue and Gold Illustrated here with Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, St. Joseph's Prep, 4-star cornerback John Reid. Thanks for having me out today, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Before we start talking about recruiting, let's talk about your off-season a little bit. What are you doing to prepare the season to make sure this, your senior season is the best one yet?
I've always trained hard in my off-season, so it's just a matter of turning it up a little bit more. But I've never had a problem working out in the off-season. I've enjoyed it. It's how I've grown up. So off-season for me has always been training a lot, working hard, lifting, being with the team. Big thing for me this year is becoming more of a leader, more vocal. I'm used to. I'm more the lead by example type of guy, but I got to be vocal this year, seeing as I'm one of the older guys on the team. So it's a little bit of a difference for me.
Okay. And what's your current height and weight right now?
5'10", 188.
188. Okay. You're definitely on film one of the more polished cornerbacks in the country. You got great speed, very instinctive. Break down your game a little bit. What are some of your strengths and one of your weaknesses that you want to improve on this offseason?
I think my biggest strength is my knowledge. I think at corner, my knowledge of how offenses work, how our defense works, where I fit at in our defense. I always pride myself on I'm able to teach my technique a lot, even to other people and stuff like that. So I'm very familiar with the certain things we do in man coverage, the do's and don'ts of zone coverage, where not to cover in zones. My technique, my leverage. I've always been pretty good at that. I've always studied film a lot. I have a lot of great mentors around me who are really big on that, and they've been through a lot of things football-wise, experiences. So it's been a great experience for me. So I think the biggest thing for me is my football IQ, definitely. So.
Okay. Let's talk recruiting a little bit. You got a very impressive offer list. Some elite programs are after you. How many offers are you up to at this point?
I think 17.
17. Okay. Can you run some of them off for me? Who are some of the bigger names that have offered you?
Alabama, Miami, Notre Dame, Michigan State. Penn State. It's a lot.
Okay, yeah,
it's Michigan.
Well, let's talk about Notre Dame a little bit. They've been on you for quite some time and offered you a while back. What is it that stands out about the Irish for you?
It's very similar to our school. We have a lot of people from our school that go to Notre Dame as athletes and also as students. So I think for me, it wouldn't be as much of an adjustment, honestly, going to that school. They're very big on their football program, just like how we are here, but they're also even bigger with their academics. So, I don't think having a transition to Notre Dame would be very hard for me, so it's very appealing.
Offensive line coach Harry Hiestand is your primary recruiter. Talk about that relationship a little bit and how you guys have grown since you guys first started talking.
He's just always been a real genuine guy. He's always been really straightforward with me, so I've liked most coaches when they're straightforward with me, and I'm not too big on people telling me how good you are and stuff like that. I want to know facts, how the program is. I want real straightforward recruiting, so that's how I've always been. I don't really need somebody to give me pats on the back or anything like that. That's not how I've grown up. That's not what motivates me. So he's always been really straightforward with me, a real genuine guy, honestly. So that's how I've been able to develop a really good relationship with him.
And you're visiting South Bend later this month on March 29th. What are you most looking forward to your first time on campus?
I just can't wait to see the environment. The environment, how the people are. The football facilities. I've never seen them. I have no idea what they look like. I've never seen the campus in general. So it's gonna be nice to get out there, see how the coaches coach and everything like that. So I'll be there for spring practice. I think. I'm not too sure, honestly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
It's exciting.
And who's going on the trip with you?
My position coach, my dad, my uncle, and then my other uncle. He's like a huge Fighting Irish Notre Dame fan. So this will be his first time actually seeing the facility and stuff like that. So it's gonna be really exciting for him. So I can't wait to get up there.
Who's more excited about the trip, you or him?
It's kind of hard to say because he knows everything about Notre Dame. He's a huge Irish fan. He's been rooting for me. He wants me there, obviously, but it's just gonna be fun. I can't wait to get out there with him.
What are your parents' impression of Notre Dame since they've been on you for so long?
There's so much opportunity there. You put that Notre Dame alum. If you're a Notre Dame alumnus, it's a huge deal. It carries weight everywhere. It's not like a lot of schools where if you go there, it carries weight just in that state or that general area. There are the states around it. At Notre Dame, it carries weight everywhere. So it's not just in where they're at. It carries weight Pennsylvania, Florida, California, wherever you go. It's a big deal.
Do you have anybody that you talk to other than your uncle about Notre Dame? Do you have any friends that go up there? Any guys you stay in touch with, or anybody on the team even?
Steve Astoria, he plays basketball for them now, so I know he's enjoying up there. Will Fuller plays on the team now. He enjoys it up there. There's a couple other kids who are there also, but I haven't really talked too much with them. So.
Have you talked to Will since he got up there?
Yeah, I've talked to Will.
What's he tell you about the program a little bit?
He loves it though, especially coming up from Philly. To be able to like it out there, it's got to be a great place. It seems very different than Philadelphia. So, and I'm from Jersey, so it's going to be a lot different for me, I think.
And when you hear from Notre Dame coaches, what's their pitch to you? Why do they say that you should really consider us?
I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked that much into it yet, but I don't know. I think they're gonna have a little bit of a need at cornerback. I'm not too sure. I guess I'm not so concerned with the depth chart necessarily. This visit, I think it's just gonna be a big deal for me, seeing how everything works in the program. So after a visit, I'll be able to tell you more.
Okay. And Penn State, you mentioned, is another school that you seem very interested in. Where do things stand with them? And is there any chance you're going to be up there for another visit anytime soon?
I'm not too sure if I told somebody else, I'm not too sure if I'll be visiting again, because I've been up there, so many times, there's not really much else to see, A lot of reasons I go up there is because my people who I consider like family are up there, so I'm not too sure. If anything, I go up there to visit them. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen the facility so many times, I've seen the campus so many times, So.
What about James Franklin? Have you guys had a chance to talk? Has he made his kind of pitch to you since he took over?
He's a real charismatic guy, He's very excited about the program. They're getting a lot of recruits, but like I said, in terms of recruiting, a lot of what other people do doesn't necessarily affect me. So them getting a lot of recruits, it's great to see the program's going to a different direction, but that's not going to really make much of an impact on my decision. I got to make sure I go where it's best for me and what's going to make me the best person and the best player I can be. So.
And Alabama, one of the nation's top programs, just offered you. How big is that for you, and what are your thoughts on the Tide, man?
It's a really big deal. They're a great program. There's a great environment down there. Very football strong community. So the coaches there, they're all great coaches. I think going down there, I'm for sure I'll be able to reach a very high potential for myself, at the potential that I want to reach. So it's just you can't go wrong with going down there. But I'm really excited. I was really excited to get that one.
Any chance you're going to possibly visit Tuscaloosa at some point?
I'm not sure when, because it's a bit of a drive, so I'm not too sure, but I'd like to.
Okay. And then over the spring and the summer, you got an opportunity to kind of relax, maybe take a couple trips. Do you have anything planned, or are there some schools that you really want to see at some point?
Usually whatever comes up, wherever my dad and I'm thinking about. A lot of my decision where I go to visit is depending on where my dad may want to drive to, because I'll fly, but I'm not the biggest fan of flying, so we usually like to drive to places, but we're good on long drives, so we'll see what ends up happening this summer. We'd like to get down to places, I want to get down to Georgia, because I got family down there, so that's just awesome.
Okay. Any idea when you want to make a decision, kind of end your recruitment? Is it just wait it out?
It's not necessarily waiting it out. It's just that it's such a big decision. I don't. For me personally, I'm not very pressured right now, recruiting wise, because my coach handle takes a lot of that pressure off of me. Pretty much all of it, which I've enjoyed, because I like playing football. Honestly, recruiting thing is just something I've blessed and I'm very grateful to have. But definitely after my senior year, it's such a big decision. I don't see the point in rushing into something so big. I want to take my visits, make sure I see everything first. Committing without going to see those official visits, and then meeting all the players, really seeing how the program is from the players' perspective. It's a hard decision to make without knowing a lot of that. So I think I can't say definitely, but really, really good chance I wait till after my senior year.
A program can change so quickly in a few months span. Is that kind of part of it too?
Yeah, definitely in college. You see some coaches, you think they're going to be there forever, and the next day they go to the NFL. But you can't really blame them for that, honestly. They're making a living for their family also. So I don't really look at that as a bad thing. But I think it's just best for me to wait. So.
Are there any schools right now that have done enough for you that they're going to get one of your official visits?
I joke around about where I may go, but may visit and stuff like that. But I'm not too sure. I gotta wait. I gotta start doing the PowerPoints and all this other people said to do out the pros and cons, stuff like that. So I'm not exactly sure when.
Well, what schools would you say are coming after you the hardest right now and truly making you a priority?
And I can't really. I'm not too sure, honestly. I know Notre Dame, Penn State. I think Alabama. I'm not 100% sure, honestly.
Do you remember the first school that actually sent you a piece of mail?
Boston College School. First school offered me. I got offered by them in 8th grade.
8th grade? Wow.
Yeah, it's funny though, because that was the first week I had transitioned to corner. I played running back all throughout Little League, like a lot of other players do. So it was the first week I transitioned to corner, and guess I made a good impression. And then I think the week after that, Rutgers offered me in the 8th grade also. So.
That's funny you say that, because you really are a talented two-way player. You play corner and receiver. Is your preference to play in the secondary?
Corner. It's corner.
Yeah, all the way.
I love offense because it's another, like I said, I love learning. Big thing about me for football, what it drives me a lot of addiction pretty much to football is you can learn so much, especially me picking up another position playing receiver this past year it's been a lot of fun. I'm learning new stuff I haven't learned, stuff that's going to help me defensively, and then most of all, it's helping our team. So I'll play anything our team needs me to play to help the team. I even played some safety during the season to help our team out. But to me, it's just football is fun to learn the perspective. So I enjoy playing offense, and it helps us win, and I love doing it. But I'm a cornerback. That's what I want to play. I'll learn the safety position if it came down to it. But I'm a corner.
Who do you model your game after? Is anyone in college or NFL that you kind of really focus on and watch a lot?
Brandon Boykins. What is he? Maybe 5'8",
yeah.
Something like that. I'm not one of the tallest DBs. I've come to realize that. But that's never stopped me from having trouble or anything guarding any of the bigger guys. So Brandon Boykins, Cortland Finnegan. Definitely, that tenacity that's unbelievable. Jennings from the Bears, so many turnovers. And then you gotta like Sherman and Reeves, obviously. So I think for me, I've always been a huge fan of Tyrann Mathieu and Boykins.
Okay. Did you grow up cheering for a particular team or college that you kind of still root for a little bit?
I've cheered for a lot of teams. I've cheered for Alabama at times. I cheered for LSU. I was a PSU fan. Honestly, for me, college football, I just enjoy watching it. So my grade school teacher before told me it's best to just be a front runner because you're always happy. So for me, when it came to college football, I would just joke around with my friends and say I like this team because they were winning at the time. But I'm not actually like that. It's just a funny thing. So me growing up, college football it's just always been fun for me. So
it's actually pretty good advice, man. That's good stuff. All right, man. Well, I can't thank you enough for having me out here today, man. I really appreciate it. For Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, St. Joseph's Prep cornerback John Reid, I'm Tom Loy. Thanks for watching on blueandgold.com.